Hi, I'm Ken Howard, and welcome to the Gay Therapy LA podcast. Today, I want to talk about what I call toxic busy. How much is too much for gay men? Recently in my psychotherapy and coaching practice that has focused on gay men and gay male couples for over 27 years now, a client started a session by talking about his previous week. So, how was this week? I asked. Oh boy, he said, lots going on, been busy, really busy, toxic busy. And that phrase struck me, toxic busy. Not just a busy week filled with activities, professionally at work and personally with a partner or friends or family, but toxic busy, meaning it's too much, not okay, and can't be sustained healthily. I then applied some tips from the world of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is my favorite framework in therapy to work from with clients. And we talked about some time management skills. I also used his phrase, toxic busy, to then discuss what thoughts and feelings and behaviors would represent, a detox for him. I kept thinking of those scenes in the movie Silkwood when the lead character, Karen Silkwood, played by Meryl Streep, worked in a nuclear power plant and occasionally had to be harshly detoxed with powerful showers and scrubbing by some kind of a plant security people to be shed of any radioactive material, and it was this traumatic showering done probably more to protect the plant than to protect the person exposed to radiation. But a gentler version of a time detox might include reviewing your schedule, not only in a given day, but overall your schedule, these days, meaning in the past few months, and maybe even in the upcoming few months. And the themes that come up with doing a toxic busy detox, I think there are two of them: guilt and acceptance. It's the guilt that comes with having to say no to things. As gay men, we're not taught to validate our feelings often. Instead, we are taught to not only suppress our natural feelings of affection or sexuality toward other males, but to capitulate to others and pass as straight far too often. By doing things we don't like to do, like date girls for show, for instance. Maybe that's not, as much a thing now with today's youth. Depends on the area, I think, but it certainly was in my time when I was an adolescent. There was so much heteronormative pressure to date girls when my heart, among other organs, was just not in it. You know what I mean? So we, as gay men, we get conditioned at an early age to set our real selves aside, the development of the false self, it's sometimes been called, and to spend time and money and energy, all the main resources of life, time, energy, and money, on things we don't really like to do, just to conform to some kind of heteronormative expectation, or to kind of piggyback somehow on heterosexual privilege. And it's no wonder that if we fast forward into our adult lives, we might have come out and told the heteronormative pressures to stick it, but we still might have that lingering people-pleasing instinct to do what we are told to do versus what we feel like we want to do. Now, some of this is just maturity. We might want to sleep in on a Monday morning and leisurely make pancakes, but, we can't if we have a job to go to that puts food on our table or a mortgage to pay. Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do because that's just being a grown-up in a modern capitalistic society. Okay, fine. But when it's the cumulative habits of doing things that are people-pleasing to others because we should, is when our basic busyness becomes toxic. That feeling that everyone else's needs come before our own. So doing the detox means coming to terms with the guilt associated with saying no to things. And while we still might feel the pangs of guilt of whom we are letting down, we do it anyway. The other theme is just acceptance. We might accept that we need to get off our ass and go to work, even on the days we don't want to, but we also have to accept that we are human, limited, finite, mortal creatures. We can go into denial and pretend that limits are for chumps, and for that, limited stamina of most humans just doesn't apply to our super selves, But eventually reality comes home to roost, and we realize that everyone has just 24 hours a day. Everybody on the planet just has 24 hours a day. And the more we accept our limitations of our personal energy, of our money, and certainly of our time, the more we are, as AA likes to say, living life on life's terms, and not living in a fantasy world of unlimited time and energy for everyone and everything. And to do your own detox, I want you to think about where your own guilt lies. If we were to say no just often enough to reclaim your sanity in your schedule, where would you feel the guilt? Why? What values would be violated if you did? And in your own detox, where do you need to practice acceptance? You can still acknowledge yourself as a productive, skilled, valuable person to do your job or to others, and still recognize and accept your limitations as only one person who can only do so much in any given morning or afternoon or evening or day or week or month or year or career. Louise Hay, one of my favorite inspirational speakers who passed away not all that long ago, had a saying, all you can do is all you can do, but all you can do is enough. We are enough. We are fundamentally enough, which is tough for gay men because we're told that we're not enough, or we're not this, or we're not that. We're not butch enough. We're not good-looking enough. We're not rich enough. We're not heteronormative enough. We're not gender-conforming enough. To which I kind of say, you know what? Enough. We have to really fight back against those pressures cognitively in order to reclaim, in the name of our life and quality of life and in the name of our dignity, and get on with our lives, really bucking some of these social pressures. So if you can come to terms with the initial pangs of guilt and take a deep breath to find the wisdom of radical acceptance that you can't do everything, then you can reclaim a certain existential equilibrium enough to feel like you're not doing battle with the clock all the time. The further I get into middle age, the more I realize this, and I wish that younger guys I work with can get there too, to start setting limits. There's a great little book by Elaine St. James called Simplify Your Work Life. It's one of those little impulse buy books they used to keep, near the cash register at a bookstore back when they had bookstores. But if you look at Elaine St. James on Amazon or wherever you like to buy books for Simplify Your Work Life, might be a fun little, 4-inch square book to buy. But she really makes the point of everything that we do to be productive workers and productive professionals really could be done in less time if we really put our mind to it. Sometimes work just expands to fill the time allotted. So it's part of self-care, and it's part of stress reduction and kind of toxicity reduction to really gain a firm control of our calendar. I think it was Warren Buffett who said, I think it was him, the key to his success was saying no to a lot of things. Because by saying no to a lot of things, he was able to say yes to the things that he was really focused on. Diana Ross sang in a song, I think written by Diane Warren, from It's My Turn, a movie from the 80s, if living for myself is what I'm guilty of, go on and sentence me. I'll still be free. It's my turn. And when you declare that it's your turn to take control of your schedule, that's when you detox. Then if you're still plenty active, we remove the toxicity and you're left with robust activities that either feed your wallet, feed your mind, or feed your soul. And anything else can wait. So that's the message of the day. Are you toxic busy? And if so, can you practice the limit setting and the assertive communication? These are things I sometimes teach clients in my practice, a 6-step model for assertive communication. Maybe I'll do an episode on that. But if you have that skills training in assertive communication, you can say no and stay focused, which makes you a specialist and an expert in the things that you really want to focus on and be known for, and kind of dismiss with the rest. So if you have comments or reviews, I need reviews for this podcast. Please leave one if you're so inclined. I would really appreciate your generosity of time, but then feel free to say no, as I just said. But would really appreciate reviews and suggestions for future episodes. And then, of course, if you're interested in doing therapy or coaching with me, either through webcam or phone or in my office in Los Angeles on San Vicente near 6th, please get in touch with me. It's easiest, I think, to text me at 310-339-5778. That's 310-339-5778. Or email me, ken@gaytherapyla.com. And also, there are a lot of written blog articles that are archived on gaytherapyla.com, and a lot more information about the services that I offer or the associate clinicians who work under my supervision in my office offer also. So check out gaytherapyla.com for just more blog articles and information and all of that. If you have time. If you don't have time, say no and go do something fun. So thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.